Hello everybody, this is Tim from Boatshed Drop Brokers and I'm going to take you through a tour around this classic 1980s Moody 29. Now this is a virtual reality video, so what does it mean for you? Well, it means that all you need to do is swipe your screen or click and drag your screen up, down, left or right as often as you want, so you can look around where you like, when you like. You don't have to look where I'm looking. And we hope that this really amazing new feature will allow you to get a feeling as to what it's like to be on this boat, what it's like to move around this boat without actually being here. How cool is that? Now, some people do report sensitivity to the camera movement, so when I'm going to move the camera, I'll let you know, and when the camera's set back down again safely, I'll let you know again, so you can return to me and we can continue the tour together. But let's hope that doesn't happen. So, how am I feeling? Where am I? Well, I'm in the cockpit of this 1980s Moody 29 and I'm feeling great. Many of you will know that I'm a Moody 29 owner, so I'm slightly biased. I love these boats. Solid, dependable, really well thought out. That's why they're so popular and why there are so many of them built. But let's have a little look around, shall we? So we're in the cockpit. We've got loads of room here, good foot room. We've got plenty of seating for at least 4 people. 6 to push, I'd say, although we need to leave room for the helm, obviously, to swing around there. We've got nice deep coamings here, and we've got a spray hood, so we're feeling nice and secure in here and hidden from the elements. This boat doesn't have dodgers, but if you fitted dodgers here as well, like I have on Moody Blue, you're going to get an even greater sense of shelter and security from the elements. So I would probably add that to this boat, but I think it's the only thing you do need to add to this boat because she's very well equipped, very well looked after. Let's start on the port side where you're sitting. So as you can see, we've got self-tailing winches for the foresail, so Lumar 30s. That means we can do the work of 2 people with 1 person. Really nice feature. We've got the fuel fill here. This locker here is absolutely massive. There's room to climb in there. There's room for fenders, ropes, anything you want to put on your boat effectively you can put down here. We've got a nice stainless fuel tank down here, and we've got the diesel powered warm air heating unit too as well. So yeah, lots and lots and lots of room down there. Much more than I've seen on any other boats of this size, actually. Really fantastic. Moving aft here, we've got the throttle really nicely located for the helm to use, and then on the after end of the port bench seat here, we've got the gas locker which vents over the side, which it should do. And we've got room in there for 2 bottles, so 1 bottle on line, 1 spare, which is lovely. We've got safety equipment on the stern here, so we've got stowage for the life raft. We've got the overboard rescue sling and the John Boy Dan Boy. Really nice, and let's hope we never use it. But if it's there ready, it's there, which is great. We've got the tiller helm steering. Now I know through experience, tillering these boats is really nice and easy. Even easier if you have the standard tiller autopilot, which this boat does, which connects there. So again, you've got another piece of equipment doing a person's work, which is lovely. If I just move around a little bit on the starboard side here, no cupboards here, because under here we've got a great big pilot berth with well, I'll show you down below in a moment. Window there to allow some air and ventilation down there. It does open, and if I open this locker here, you may not be able to see inside, but again, great big locker here, and it goes all the way to the stern here underneath me. Room under there for a great big dinghy and or a life raft if you had one as well, and also access to the aft facing end of the engine, the stern gland, and also the shaft too. So really well thought out, and tons of room too. So let's lock that up there. Now we've got access for the manual bilge pump here too, if you want to manually pump it, but we have an electric one as backup as well, which is great. And then at the front of the cockpit is given away to access for the companionway. We've got the traveller for the main sheet here as well, and we've also got a smattering of instrumentation. We've got the wind speed indicator underneath here, and then behind my coat here we've got the depth and speed, etc. And also we've got the engine start and stop and tacho here, and the obligatory compass on the starboard side too there. Pretty much everything you would need. You may not be able to see very well, but we've got a nice spray hood on this boat. Windows have been replaced recently, and there's certainly plenty of life left in that. And we also have, which you can't see because it's not rigged at the moment, a really nice big cockpit tent on the back of this boat, so that gives you another room. It gives you somewhere to sit in the rain and the the wind, etc. On the not so nice days, and it also serves to insulate the compartment down below if it's cold outside and you want it to stay warmer down there. The cockpit tent will help, which is fantastic, but that's stowed away at the moment, so we can't see it, unfortunately. One downside with the design of this boat, I suppose, is that the traveller does go straight in front of the companionway, so you have to be a little bit careful when you're transitioning over that, and occasionally, you know, if the traveller is set to the middle of here, obviously it does obstruct the companionway and it means it's a bit of a clamber to get down there, but never stopped me, not a problem, but just something to think about. When you're standing here, I'm 5'9", the boom's way above my head, so if you've got it trimmed above you when you're tacking, you shouldn't have too much of a problem, but you do have to watch out for the sheet as they whack across. You can take a bit of a hit from those, so just something to be aware of. So that was a cockpit. Let's take you down below. So let's pick up the camera. It's a little hop up, then it's a step or 2, 3 or 4 steps down from the companionway. So what I'll do is I'll just place you on the companionway for a moment, so the camera's nice and set down in case anyone did avert their eyes. The camera's sitting on the engine box here. Looks in very good order, actually, contains the steps to get up and down. All we need to do is take away this part of this ladder here, unclip the box here, fold it forward, and we've got access to the engine there, and we can check her over really nice and easily. But other than that, very nice and easy to get up, to get down, and the companionway in the windows let in lots of light and air down here. And as you can see, so let's do the how am I feeling and what does it feel like down here. I'm feeling on a Moody 29, I'm feeling safe, I'm feeling secure, and I'm loving this particular boat. Nice light wood that all looks in relatively really good order. Nice light headlining here and here, so it feels nice and light down here. Finished off with the inside floor. It is a nice place to be, and if you just look around, I think you probably agree, it is a nice place to be down here. So let's just we'll start starboard aft. So I'm actually going to pick the camera up again, and I'll there we go. I'll place you right in the middle of the cockpit, sorry, the navigation station there. I'll just sit here on the engine box. So you're in the navigation area now. The camera's in the middle of the navigation, the desk, which is a sort of a half-sized one, but plenty of room for the coastal sized folios if you're still using paper charts. If you're not and you're using iPad navigation, here's a stowage for your iPad. Not a problem, has been thought about on this boat, has many things. The chart table does open if you want to put your chart tables and your bits and pieces inside. But let's have a little look around what we've got. So here we've got we have AIS, very recently fitted, very handy, great for safety. We've got GPS here. We've got the VHF radio as well for use down here. We also have a VHF handset for use up in the cockpit as well, which is something I would love to have and is an absolutely fantastic idea. We've got the switch panel here. We've got the on-off for the automatic bilge pump, etc. And we've got 4 individual switches up there for the 4 individual speakers, so you can have 1 on or 2 or 3 or 4 or none. Really nice idea. And as we go further aft, you can see we've got nice stowage up here. You can actually get quite a lot in there. I tend to use it for navigation, publications and socks. Other people might use it for other stuff. But we've got a really nice sized berth here. Some say 1.5, some say 1, some say 2. I'm in the 1.5 school. It is really nice and wide and very handy and easy to get to. If you don't want to put your bed away during the day, you can leave it made up here and it doesn't protrude into the compartment. Nice and long. The headroom above it is good. You can generally sit in there, no problem, and you've got a little window there letting light and air in. Really nice. Beneath it we've got storage for the 2 batteries and a few more smaller compartments for storage, although they're not huge because we've got the upcut of the stern basically causing that. But other than that, great little area, forward facing. You can get in nice and easily, feel safe and secure when you're in there and do all your chart magic. Really nice. So let's pick the camera up again and I'll place you in the galley. So this is somewhere where, imagine you're making me cups of tea perhaps. Nice little area. It is quite little. There's not a huge amount of room in these Moody 29 galleys, but you know, actually how much room do you need on these boats? We've got the cooker, which is I believe the original Flavel, so we've got 2 burners on top, grill underneath and an oven inside as well, and it's gimbaled for you to see. These things are great and they generally do everything you need them to do for a weekend or a bit longer for a couple or a family, no problem at all. On the outboard side, we have plate stowages, we've got cup stowages, we've got knife and fork drawers, etc. We've got another cupboard behind here, plenty of room in there for lots of stuff. Really well thought out, and it's great because you can throw your plates in there, you can lob your cups in there, and they just stay there all day long at sea, no worries at all. Behind the camera we've got a cool box here, quite a large one actually, but it's not, there's no machinery there, so it is just a cool box, although it is very well insulated. And we also have a sink here with pressurised water, great for washing up, etc, etc. Small shelf above, and we've got some 240 volt sockets up there, as there are 240 volt sockets around the boat, which is really handy. Now you've seen me holding on to this. These boats are good for getting around at sea, generally speaking. So as we come down the companionway or go up it, we've got a handle here, we've got handles outside, we've got these pillars here, which really is for hanging off. We can grab onto these bulkheads here, no worries. As we move forwards though, there's not a huge amount until you get to here. That's nice and easy to grab hold of, but we can use the edges of these fiddle shelves if you want to. They feel reasonably strong. And then we get here also, we've got another handle, and so on and so forth throughout the boat. But feeling like a really nice wide open space, and I'll tell you why that feels like that in one moment. In fact, let's tell you now, but let's move you first. I'll place you back on the companionway, so you're on the engine box in the companionway, and I was about to explain why it feels like such a large area. So if I mention the fact, well, we don't seem to have a dining table here, or a saloon table, that's something we need, isn't it? So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to fetch you one in about 5 seconds flat. There we go. Now we have a nice saloon table, and if we open up the other flap, here we go. We've got a really nice big saloon table, plenty of room for 4 people to sit, 6 at a push if you have somebody here and somebody there, but generally a really nice sized table, fiddled as well, really easy to get out, really easy to put away, so when you're going to sea, away it goes. Plenty of room for changing and skipping about with your fowlies and your wellies. And then behind it we've got a very nice civilised bookshelf or wine bottle storage, whichever you want to use it for. And of course when this table's away, everything in there is safe and secure, which it is anyway because we've got the shelves with security bars there as well. But it's just a really great idea, and I don't know why more manufacturers don't think about it, to be honest. Most people seem to like leaving a table in the middle, in the way, but I really like that idea, and I'll put it away now. So this is single-handed putting away, really nice and easy. Here we go. We put the leg down, we put the legs up there, and away it goes. I suspect it really should be a 2-person job, but as you can see, I did it no problem all on my own. Really lovely. Very good design. But anyway, less of the saloon table or more about the saloon. So as you can see, nice big berths here. This one does pull out and makes into a nice small double there. We used the cushions that were along the side of the boat in the aft berth there. Really great idea. Behind the seat back we've got really lovely great big lockers here, nice and deep, and they go back a long way, so we've got loads of stowage outboard. Above the seat back we've got a fiddle shelf here, we've got recessed and fiddle shelves here and a fiddle shelf there. Loads of stowage on this boat. And then if we look underneath here, we've got the anti-condensation matting, we've got a cupboard here, and we've got a cupboard here too. Nothing under here because this is where the starboard freshwater tank is located, and the same on the port side too. So basically port and starboard are pretty much a mirror of each other. And then moving forward, we've got another cupboard here, quite a sizable cupboard. I use mine's a wine glasses cupboard on this side and the drinks cabinet on that side. Really nice, really useful, and you can put things away and you know they're nice and secure. Yeah, feels great down here. Quick head height test. I'm 5'9", and this I believe is about 6 feet. So if you're 6 feet tall, you'll just be brushing on the headlining here, which shouldn't be too much of a problem. So most people will be okay. And then on this boat, really nice floor, great access to the bilge. The centre section just comes up, and you've got instant access to all of the keel bolts. You can see them all in 2 lines, and access to the electric bilge pump and both the strainers, both the bilge pump strainers there too. Very nice and easy. Quite a shallow bilge, which is great, and that shallow bilge I think really gives you the extra headroom up here, which is great. So all in all, really lovely compartment, nice and big, very variable, lots of practical ideas, and lots of little bits and pieces to make life on board this boat really nice. But let's move from the saloon then. So let me pick you up, and I will take you through to the head compartment. Now let's close the door. So here we are on our own. I'll open that door, this door, for a little bit of light. But yeah, the compartment runs athwartships of the whole width of the boat. So starting on the starboard side, we have 2 windows in here, which are a continuation of the saloon windows, but we're letting light in. We've got a vent here. On the starboard side, we've got the hanging locker or the wet locker, so life jackets, wet or foulies, etc., can all go in there and zip up and away. We have an electric toilet or an electric head on this boat, which is a nice touch that we don't see very often on a boat of this size and budget. Very good, and it does feel like a proper toilet. So well done, owner. Great stuff. The camera is sitting on a nice work surface with actually quite a small sink set in there, a bit smaller than the original one would have been. I think this is an aftermarket one, but you don't really need a huge sink, I don't suppose, on a boat like this. Underneath we've got really big locker underneath, lots of storage under there, and then behind it as well we've got loads of storage all the way back here, 2 shelves in there, lots of room for all your toiletries, toilet rolls, all that kind of thing. Really rather good. And you know, you've got complete privacy. You've got a door that way to the forward cabin, you've got a door that way to the saloon, something to hang on to if you need to in here. All the practicalities have been thought about, which is really great. But let's open the door to the forward cabin, and I'll pick the camera up. And you're placed now amidships in the forward cabin, and I'll just step back and let you have a look around. As you can see, nice compartment. Somebody has just commented to me how nice the sort of grey coloured carpet is throughout this boat, and it continues through the saloon as well. And it is nice because it's not it won't show the dirt if there is any dirt, but it is kind of a nice light colour, which, as you can see, gives it a good feeling in here. We've got not fairly standard kind of length berths here. They don't come right down to a point, which is great, so you've got lots of toe space down there, so you won't be fighting for toe room with your partner or if anybody's in here with you. We've got the infill here, which will give us a really nice big double, plenty of room. Underneath all the cushions is all given away to storage, so loads of room for clothing, sails, ropes, anything you want to put down there at all. Absolutely fabulous. And if I just step in here, as you can see, around the periphery of the compartment we've got these nice big stowages, fiddled, recessed, and plenty of room in there for lots of clothes, etc, etc. And of course a nice socket there so we can charge our iPhones, etc. overnight. Really nice. Oh, nestling under here we've got a small cockpit table. There we go. This will fit into the cockpit, so you can sit up there and have your cucumber sandwiches and sip your G's and T's. All rather nice. So yeah, that's the forward cabin. So I'll pick you up now, and we'll traverse through the head and finish off in the saloon. So I hope you enjoyed this tour of this classic 1980s Moody 29. We've seen just how nice and secure the cockpit feels, how lovely and homely and light and bright it feels down in the saloon, the practicalities of the heads compartment, and of course the forward sleeping accommodation as well. Thanks for joining me. It's always lovely to have people around to look at these boats and to feel what it's like to be on them, and it gives me great pleasure to be able to show you them around, and I hope to see you next time for more. So for now, take care, thanks for joining us, and we hope to see you soon. See you later.